All right, here we are. It is Wednesday, live at
Wednesday.
TheBoneYard, and we have Cold Shoulder. Welcome back. You guys are fucking amazing. Please go around, introduce yourselves. We'll
Uh,
start with Jacob or with Joe. Doesn't matter.
I'm Joe. I play guitar in Cold Shoulder.
I'm Marcus. I'm on the vocals. Oh, did I come through?
Yep, we heard you.
Oh, Jacob.
Went away.
Oh, you dropped off. So, since we didn't get to talk to either one of you guys last time, give me a little rundown on the vocals. We'll start with you, Marcus. And how do you end up coming up with these lyrics that you are jamming out right now?
So lyrics are a little bit of everything. I like to write kind of like almost in punchlines. So I'll hear a riff or I'll hear kind of the structure of what the song is. And a lot of lines that end up in songs are ones that I've had for a long time. A lot of these lyrics that are on our EP right now are little one-liners and stuff that I've been holding on to for like 10 years. So a lot of it's for the moment, and then the other half is things that have just slowly been put together over time, I guess, an amalgamation of quotes, if you will.
Nice. So, Joe, tell me a little bit about how you jump into this band. Like, what do you bring into the table with these guys? Because you guys are crushing it. I've seen a couple of your videos. You guys have the new single out now. Like,
Yeah, I mean, mainly I just kind of write a bunch of riffs and kind of piece them together. It's usually how it goes at first. Usually I'll hear something and I'll be like, oh, I kind of like that, like a chord or something from a song that I've heard before. Like, how could I kind of incorporate this in my playing, whether or not it's the same chord or, definitely not the same progressions or copying, but, like, oh, I kind of like that. What should I do? And I'll take like a riff here, I'll take a riff there, a melody line, solo part. And I'll just kind of piece it together till I got something more concrete and then show it to the guys and we either roll with it or we don't roll with it. And then vice versa from them as well, and then just try and do what I can as a guitar player to make the songs go.
bring them to life in that sense. Like, that's kind of what I do. I just kind of write that initial riff, and then next thing I know, I give it to whoever, give it to this person, and then it takes a whole form of its own once you allow other people to be part of that riff. Like writing the lyrics, like you said, you hear that riff and they just come to you. You know what I mean? Or you already had it in mind, and finally that right riff comes to that lyric. So let's jump into the new music you guys got, man. What's going on there?
With the new music, so we just released our debut EP. Some of the songs that are on there you might have heard before. You mentioned you checked out some of the videos. So it's on YouTube. It's on Spotify if you haven't seen it yet. How many of those did we release before, Jacob? 5? 4? 4
3 and then another 2. So yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5 because equal parts was day of. So there's videos for all those. On our EP, there's a few other songs that haven't been heard before, and even though it's just out, we're always like, you got to look for the long play. So we're kind of already getting stuff put together for our next batch of songs, and we're excited for everyone to hear these and what we got coming.
Nice, right? So you guys have been working hard during like the lockdown and shit. You guys haven't really stopped at all as far as creativity and producing new content and being ready for when the doors open, right? So now that it's finally opening up down there, what do you guys got on the horizon? Like, you guys got a show coming up soon, or what's the deal here?
We had some things that were kind of in the works beforehand. A couple of fun shows, and We've been getting our ducks in a row. Let's say that.
That's good to know, though. Like during all this shit, I've seen a few bands just crumble. You know what I mean? And I've seen other bands just thrive.
You know,
Like so.
I think I can go ahead and reveal it. We're actually going to be touring as a special guest, kind of like our opener. We're going to have this little band called Metallica. So we're going to be touring through.
You know.
To New York.
Spilling the tea.
Yeah.
Something like a balloon. I don't know.
So, what are you guys looking forward to the most now that the world is opening up? Like, is it going to be on a certain stage, or is it the whole tour in general, or is it just being able to get out there and just do it?
I don't know, just being able to play shows. I think it's been weird, like putting out songs and stuff, and I don't know, not even thinking about shows, not even worrying about live shows. I think that's kind of one of the most fun things is playing the shows. So it'll be good to play them. Nothing like, too concrete yet, but we're always keeping our eyes open and stuff. But that's what I'm most excited about, is being able to play the shows again. Play some of these new songs live, like, that, see how the crowd reacts, like all those kinds of things that
come along with being on stage as far as that goes, eh? Like myself, I'm excited for the world so I can travel again. It's something Jacob and I were talking about it backstage, how much I like to travel and where I've been and how much I do, right? But on the same hand, it's like, I've been locked up for so long. Do I really want to hit the road again? You know what I mean? Like,
and if so, where do you start?
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I know you guys are San Francisco, so you're about 4 days drive from me. So do I start in San Francisco, or do I come down the West Coast or East Coast and then come around the West Coast? It's a toss up, but it depends on when your show is, and then I'll probably align it all around when you guys are live and who's live when and stuff, right? But,
well, we're specifically looking at and for opportunities to let's say do some shows that put ourselves in front of people who are looking for new music. So some of the bands that are going to be coming through, talking with them, and then up there in Sacramento, for example, there's a great music scene going there right now. A lot of bands playing shows and a lot of venues wanting to host shows. So hopefully we can find ourselves up there. So.
That'd be nice, right? Like, we just had a band from Northern California there in around that area. I'll have to double check the schedule and I'll let you know. I know they're up in that area, right? They're always looking for people to play with and stuff as well, right? So
for sure.
Oh yeah.
So during these times, you guys have been active. You've shot in some videos. You've put out some new music. How has that come about? Like, did you guys record at your own homes? Were you guys, because you're so tight as a circle, were you able to be part of your quarantine circles, and still jam together? Or
I mean, yeah, we recorded kind of at Joe owned a music store. We recorded in a music store kind of in the back for the EP. But yeah, we still, there was a time there where we didn't really jam, but we did kind of, we were being safe and stuff, so we ended up jamming and still playing and kind of trying to continue rolling everything forward, doing what we could do to kind of just not fall off the face of the earth, because that was really easy to do. Like you said, you've seen bands crumble. It's kind of easy to be like, well, now what? So we tried to adapt instead of just kind of taking it on the chin, I guess.
Yeah. Well, same with this show. You're like, a lot of the times, originally when we first talked, I was coming to San Francisco. We were going to sit down at a pub and stuff and do the interview, but with all the lockdown, I had to kind of reinvent how I did the show, and yet we still have you guys on, thank God. You know what I mean? Like, we're able to bring you still live to the people, but eventually I'll get down there, man, and we'll fucking do a little show from a pub for sure.
Nice.
That'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
My phone's just beeping away here. Working on trying to become part of this radio station that's just started up. I was telling you guys earlier about that. They're bugging me now. A few of my friends that have the app, they've already in cahoots with them, so they're trying to line me up with them, and they're like, "Oh, we're live, come on." I'm like, "I'm already live too." I'll be on.
Yeah, just
Oh,
bouncing off what you
go.
said about working during the shutdowns. It's definitely made us, like Jacob said, adapt. So using the internet as a tool, sharing files back and forth, getting someone else's idea. Okay, cut, copy, paste. What if I move this over here, and what if I change this thing? So it's been fun, and it's also almost in a way made us get really efficient, because with space and shutdowns and things happening, when you get together, sometimes it's limited time. So a lot of work is done beforehand, and when we're actually getting together, it's like, hey, let's just solidify these things. If something new and exciting happens, awesome. But less time just spent standing in a room going, oh, dude, check this out. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, what do you think of nothing actually happening? So yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, that's got to have been. Oh, go ahead, Jacob.
I was say, yeah, when we get together now, we've kind of already narrowed it down to like what we liked, and then it's like, all right, does this work in real life? That's usually that's kind of like
Yeah, well, you get an idea, you write it down, then you play it on your own. It's like, yeah, sure, but when you put it out to your bandmates or even the world in that sense, does it actually work and does it sound good? But you guys have nailed it on the head almost every time. With like, you guys are phenomenal at what you guys do. So I know we got into some detail about the videos. You got to tell me, how are you guys shooting these fucking Hollywood production videos, being independent and low budget and stuff, man? Like,
Finding the right people.
Yeah.
we found all the wrong people first, and then we finally started to find the right people.
Yeah.
I think trying to find people that almost in a way are trying to do what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Videographers, cinematographers, whatever, people who you said like Hollywood quality. We're always looking to work with people who are kind of where we're at. Like, hey, we're trying to push to that next level. Check out our awesome stuff. So we're like find some like-minded people, who we can both. I don't want to say benefit each other, but something to that effect. And so it's fun because you're like, well, I want to give them a good something. Let me give them a good performance, and the video person will say, well, let me give them a good video. What is it? A rising tide raises all ships or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. But so, like, you guys use some drones. Your buddies had drones then and stuff, eh? Like,
oh yeah, for like the acoustic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got some upper aerial views and stuff, and
there's some drones involved. There's GoPros involved. There's cameras involved.
So, how did you guys bring all? Say, I know how it is with multiple cameras, and then my problem is I don't know how to bring all those cameras together into one thing like you guys did. Did you guys do all that like independently, like as yourselves, or did the people who filmed it, they take care of that for you as well, or?
Jay was like 50-50.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, like
right
pretty
there
much the main
with
videos or other people. Any of the other videos, we're doing that in our camp. So.
Fuck, that's all right, because that's where we're at now. Is like, how do we edit all this fucking film we just we did, right?
Yeah.
Like, where do you find the time on top of everything else you do? So because you guys all work full time as well, do you not? Or are you just strictly music now?
We all got other stuff going on.
Yeah. Side jobs.
Hey, that's the goal, though, right? To not have
no.
rather to be able to put more time elsewhere, I guess.
Yeah, this is just a passion of mine. Not really a passion now. I'm kind of looking at it like a career later on, maybe retirement plan. We'll see. Probably not, but I work full time, just I got side projects plus full time and all the other shit going on, right? So,
Keeps it fun.
how do you guys time manage? Because we got into a discussion last night with John Asher, a good buddy of mine. I'll introduce you guys to him later on. Um, Time management, it seems to be a huge part of this business. Like, how do you guys deal with that then? Given the fact that there's, so many, not so many, but there's a few of you in the band. How do you schedule and that shit? Like, you're working, Joe's working, right?
Jacob?
How do you make that work?
Google Calendar. We we'll lock in a date and then kind of move back from there. So we kind of, I guess, do it backwards. We're like, all right, well, say we want to put out a song July 31st. Okay, so that's the end goal. What steps do we need to take to be ready by that time? And kind of working backwards from there.
So you set the goal and then step back. We need to do this, this, and this.
Sometimes you learn, okay, maybe that has to get pushed out a week or two. But at least you know what you're shooting for and can start working from there.
Mm-hmm. Gives you a rough ballpark in that aspect. No
Instead
different
of
than
just
we
like
walk
scrambling
on a job.
around.
Yeah, you run around like a squirrel with your head cut off, or a chicken with your head cut off. Not a squirrel, right? But it's no different. We walk on site some days. It's like, what the fuck's going on here, man? We're gonna be here a couple days, or everything's smooth and sailing, and we're in and out in no time, But so as far as new music coming, we know you guys just did your newer shit here now, but what do you got on the horizon? Is there like a whole bunch of new stuff coming? Maybe one or two new songs, and then touring, and then new album. What's going on? We
Joe
just
might
had
have
a whole
Metallica
year
tour.
on. You guys have been writing for a year and a half now, right? So
yeah, we have that Metallica tour. That's next week, and then so we did record 4 songs about 3 weeks ago now. No dates yet. I mean, we're not going to give any dates yet, but
no, I hear you, right?
But yeah, we're not slowing down. Yeah.
No, that's good. So you do have a lot of new stuff coming out, and well, that's fantastic. So where can we find you guys, man? What websites? Give some shout outs to your pages. Brandon will probably pull them up as you're giving them shout outs. Where do we buy your merch? Like, how do we help support you guys as a band, man?
At Cold Shoulder Band, coldshoulderband.com. Let's see. What else we got? We're on Spotify, Cold Shoulder. Facebook, Cold Shoulder. Let's see, Apple Music, Amazon Music. I think we're on Tidal.
All of them. Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are everywhere then. That's good though, man. Like, we're getting there too. Like, we're kind of everywhere too, but we're slow to advertise and learning it all, right? So how has this digital age helped you guys as far as becoming a band and becoming noticed? Do you guys find it a lot easier to get your shit out now, or do you find it frustrating with all the garbage that is coming out now, and it almost drowns out the good shit in that sense,
And I feel like it's a double-edged sword because, 30 years ago, you almost needed a label to pay for pressing CDs and pay for the studio time. And it was very, very expensive to even record your music, let alone release it and get people to hear it. Now you could record it basically in your bedroom, send it to someone else to mix it, and then, you upload it to a distributor for like $15 a year. And you can put out as many songs as you want, but because of that, there's a lot more competition. So
yeah,
it's that finding ways to kind of separate yourself, because just having good music like almost isn't enough anymore. It has to be more than that. So
no, I hear you, because it's the same thing here. We get drowned out. There's a million fucking people doing what we're doing here. It's just, who do you feel comfortable listening to or watching? You know what I mean? And hopefully it's here, you know, but you never know. Fucking something. You always get haters and shit. So, you guys, what's the worst hater shit you've ever gotten? I've never asked this question, and I've got to ask because I've gotten some hate mail a lot over the last year. So, whatever you guys got, man, that you're like, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean? Like,
mostly people saying that we're bad versions of other bands. I think that one's fun.
Yeah. Like, you guys take influences from other bands, but name a band that doesn't do that, for starters. You know, and the bands that you guys are taking influences from are all our favorite bands. So why wouldn't, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, we haven't gotten anything too crazy. No one's tried to kill Market.
Yeah, no death threats.
Not yet.
What about let's reverse that then. What about super fans? You guys got any like fucking, we don't gotta mention names, but you got a fucking super fan that's there for every show, every fucking
we
comment.
have some fans that are there all the time. Those are our favorite fans. You
Yeah.
know, they show up on every post on, you know, they'll like everything we post, hang out in the comments. To me, that's the fun part, is realizing, you know, we talk about this a lot. There's someone that likes your music enough that they jumped online, they went and found you, they hit the like button, they hit the follow button.
Yeah.
In my book, to me, if they want to be there.
Kevin right here says hello. He's one of our top fans. He watches every show, every band he always checks out. He is always telling me, oh, I listen to their music, this music. You know, the guy's awesome.
If it sucks, Kevin, be our first big hater.
Send them some hate mail, Kevin.
On the fan thing though, we did have someone that drew Marcus. That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Yeah?
They did like a
cartoon?
They did it well.
Realistic?
Yeah, figure art. They did it. It was really, really impressive. It's on the page somewhere. But speaking of fans who like us, our most recent video, Equal Parts, it featured a lot of fans of the band. It featured kind of us, but it also featured you know, some of our super supporters in there. So if you're listening to this and you were in the video, leave a comment.
So that's cool. Actually, that's actually really cool that you guys involved your fans and stuff within the video and stuff. That I know personally as a fan, that would be awesome to be able to say, yeah, I was in your video, you know what I mean? So when you guys do your shows live and stuff, are you selling your own merch and shit then too? Like, are you guys at that table selling your t-shirts, talking to the people as they come up and buy your stickers and stuff, right? Like, I know personally, every show I go to, I appreciate that the most from a fan standpoint, to be able to talk to the band after and buy their fucking t-shirts and get them to sign this and that, even if it's only 5 minutes of an interaction. So when you guys do your shows, do you love that part about it? Like,
it's the worst.
no doubt, right? Dirty, sweaty fans coming up, bugging you, spending money.
It's kind of that thing, like I was saying about the attention span, right? For someone to be at a show, to see a band, to be like, wow, they were good. Because it's one thing to be like, oh, they were good. It's another thing to like it so much that you want to go talk to them afterwards.
Yeah.
So when someone does that for us, it's like, man, I think about how stoked I would be if, you know, I would do that, the band talk to me. So.
No, I'm the same way. Like, every time I've gone to a show, a lot of the times I'll walk in blind because it's just my buddies telling me we're going to this show or that show. You owe me $20, $30 for the ticket. I make sure I'm fucking there. And then I see the band, and then if they're fucking awesome, poof, I'm off buying their merch right after the show to make sure, you know. But that's how I found a lot of bands that I appreciate and watch and learn learned appreciation for the music and buying that merch, right? And then all this stems from my friends taking me to those shows. You know what I mean? Like, so I appreciate you guys fucking playing music because, you know, you guys are one of those bands that allow me to do what I'm doing now. You know, so cheers to you guys, man.
Cheers, for sure.
So your local scene though, you've gotta have some local bands you guys like playing with and love playing with, man. Who else should we be listening to from your area?
Joe, you know more about the local scene than I do.
I mean, we have a couple of bands that unfortunately we haven't gotten to play with because of COVID. But some ones that we've made friends with over the internet and all that. Stalin, those guys are really cool. I'm hoping to play with them as soon as everything opens up. There is a band called Yes Devil, but they're kind of inactive right now, but we would like to play with them too as soon as they kind of get back doing their thing. Other than that, like you said earlier, you know, some bands kind of fell through the wayside during COVID and everything. We've played with some people. I just don't know if they're as active anymore. And they were all cool. A lot of the bands that we played with, we've liked, except for one, but I won't name them.
That's all right. I don't like saying names either, but I will tell the stories, but no names, you know. You never know. But no, I hear you. That's kind of fucking weird how that works, though. Like, the slightest little hump, some people just crumble under that pressure, or, you know, I'm so glad to see you guys have thrived through the pressure of what we've just went through as an industry as a whole, regardless, you know. So thank you for keeping with it, man, and playing some good music, putting out shit the whole time for us. Because I'm a travel person, a people person. If it wasn't for music, I'd be over. You know what I mean? So I appreciate
well, thanks for listening.
That.
We appreciate that.
Of course. Least I could do, man. Least I could do for you guys. So, is there anything else we should cover tonight, man? Like,
let's see. Follow on all our platforms. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Favorites, if you're like me, put it in your watch later list.
yeah.
You never touch it
Always.
But actually, you know, keep an eye out for stuff because, you know, we just put out the EP. It's available everywhere. And like we were saying, the foot does not come off the gas. So we got new stuff in the pipeline, and then we got stuff after that stuff, and then we got stuff after that stuff. So stay tuned.
No, perfect, man. And I'm thinking next month we're doing a big band mashup where we're going to bring few bands together every time, make sure you guys are around the same style of music. We can all converse, mingle. So I'll be in touch with you about that for next month, and then we'll go from there. Obviously, you'll have a bit of new stuff coming soon, and looking forward to it, man. But I'm exhausted, dude. I work like all day and then all this shit. You know, you guys are probably busy too. You just got off work yourselves, right? So.
Staying busy.
Yeah. That's good to hear, though, man. Better busy than idle. That's for sure, right? So, thanks again tonight, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming on, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime, man. I'll bug you again about next month. We'll have you guys on again for sure. We'll team you up with another band mashup that's coming, and then we'll go from there, guys. So once again, thanks.
Thank you.
Play it loud, play it proud, man.
Thank you.
See you guys.